Amen.
Amen.
Please, everybody pay attention to a little boy called David.
Gbogbo ènìyàn ẹjọ́ ẹ tẹ́tí sí ọmọdé yìí.
A young man saved from garage
Ọ̀dọ́mọkùnrin tí a gbà láti ibùdókọ̀
without wisdom of men.
láì ní ọgbọ́n ènìyàn.
So listen.
Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́.
Ìkìlọ̀
Wọ́n ní
sínú ìran kẹta.
on the third revelation.
Ẹ̀yin Kristẹni Nàìjíríà.
New Christian in Nigeria,
Jẹ́ ẹ bá gba ọ̀run òdodo láàyè láti wọ̀ lórí orílẹ̀-èdè yìí.
if you allow the Son of Righteousness to go down in this nation,
Ìyà ó jẹ gbogbo wa.
we are going to all suffer.
Tí òdodo Kristẹni bá ti collapse,
If the righteousness of Christian has been collapsed,
ká máa ń lágbára lórí wọn.
the enemy will prevail or have power over
Ohun
them.
tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí gbogbo wa ní orílẹ̀-èdè ni pé
What happened to all of us in this nation
òdodo
is
ṣubú kò ní ìgboro wa.
righteousness has fallen or collapsed.
Sí òdodo lórí pẹpẹ,
There is no more righteousness in the
sí
church,
òdodo nínú ìjọ.
no more righteousness in the church.
Òwe Yorùbá wá ṣẹ́nu wa lára.
And Yoruba didn't come to pass.
Olóòótọ́ ìlú ni òṣìkà ìlú.
The righteous one in the city is the
Gbogbo wa
wicked
ní
one.
sọ òdodo ẹ̀ ń gbìyànjú láti pé ká pa ẹnu
All
wa
of
mọ́.
us speaking the truth, you are trying to silence us.
Ó kọ́ kankan sórí ẹ̀rọ agbóhùnkáyé
I
lọ́sẹ̀.
wrote something on the Facebook this week.
Ẹ̀kan ní dáàdi díẹ̀ rọra o.
Somebody said that easy.
Bóun tí mo sọ fún mi ni.
But what I said, I mean it.
Tí o sọ ní sọ gbangba.
I cannot talk in the city that I
Mi ò
cannot say it in the
mọ̀
public.
pé iná fi ń rìkọ́dù gbogbo tí mò ń sọ.
I don't want hearsay.
Mi ò fẹ́ irọ́ àti wọ́n ní wọ́n pé ni mo fi ń lo smartwatch.
I don't want lie and hearsay. That's why I'm using
Anybody
smartwatch.
talking around me is on record.
Ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá sọ̀rọ̀ láyé káàdì àti
Whatever I'm
káàdì.
saying kò ní ìdíkan ṣe wá gbé sọ fún
Ohun gbogbo
ọ.
tí mò ń sọ, you don't need to be told.
Ìrànlọ́wọ́ Kristi.
The help of the
Wọ́n
Christian.
tí mo bá fi encourage wa rèé.
But my word of encouragement to us
Àkọ́kọ́ ni pé kí gbogbo alọ jí ìjí òdodo.
was that we should go and revive.
Gbogbo àtàkùrà wa ní Kristẹni lórílẹ̀.
All of us, we call ourselves Christian in this nation.
Owó àti pa.
We are after money and position.
Òdodo ṣubú kúrò nínú ìjọ.
Righteousness has fallen away from the
Òdodo
church.
ṣubú kúrò lórí pẹpẹ.
Righteousness has fallen away from the
Òdodo
pulpit.
ṣubú kúrò lágboolé kọ̀ọ̀kan.
Righteousness has fallen away from
Òdodo
the
ṣubú nínú ayé àwọn ènìyàn.
Righteousness has fallen in the life of people.
Ẹnìkejì ń tan ara wọn.
The neighbors are deceiving themselves.
Olùṣọ́ àgùntàn méjì rọ́nà fi ń bá.
Pastors relating together with lies.
Olórí ń fi ẹ̀tàn bọ́ ọmọ ẹ̀yìn lò.
The leaders are relating with the
Ẹ̀tàn náà
followers
tan
with lies.
olórí.
And the followers
Gbogbo
are
ìwé
deceiving.
ìròyìn wa lórílẹ̀‐èdè ó kún fún irọ́.
All our newspapers are full of lies.
Wọ́n náà pa ẹnìkan lọ́nà rẹ̀
Somebody
lọ́sẹ̀.
was killing along the Ore Express Road.
Secretary to government ló ní àmúrọ̀bà.
And the secretary to the government said he was killed by
Àwọn
Amrọ̀bà.
tí wọ́n àtàkì wọn ní kì í ṣe àmúrọ̀bà pé Fúlàní ló àtàkì.
Those the victims said it was
Ìjọba ń parọ́.
Amrọ̀bà for Fulani.
Ilé ẹ̀rọ tẹlifíṣàn ń parọ́.
Government was lying, media was
Rédíò ń
lying,
parọ́.
radio.
Tó bá lélẹ̀ tó sòótọ́ náà àwọn rédíò
We
wọ̀nyí.
are saying one that say truth.
Ìjọba nìkan lọ ti pa.
The government will ask them to go and shut
À
them
ń
up.
fi èké ń tu ayé ara wa.
We are using lies to arrange
Òdodo
our
ní
life.
gbé orílẹ̀-èdè lékè.
Righteousness exalted the nations.
Orílẹ̀-èdè tí òdodo rẹ̀ bá ti ṣubú
Any nation that righteousness has
yóò
collapsed
ṣubú náà.
will fall as well.
Ohun kan ni mò ń sọ lórí Nàìjíríà.
Only one thing I'm laying emphasis on today,
Tún sọ.
and I will continue to say it.
Margaret Thatcher ló sọ nígbà tó visit Nàìjíríà.
Thatcher said it when she visited
Nígbà tó jẹ́
Nigeria.
Prime Minister UK.
When she was Prime Minister of the
Ẹ
United
ti kú ní
Kingdom,
ìsìn.
the woman is dead now.
Nígbà tó wá sí orílẹ̀-èdè yìí.
When she came to this
Tó
nation,
wo gbogbo ìṣe wa.
that look at all
Ó
our
ní
things.
Nàìjíríà is an artificial country.
Ó ní Nàìjíríà jẹ́ orílẹ̀-èdè tí a tọwọ́ ènìyàn ṣe.
Built on faulty
Ṣé a
foundation.
gbé lórí ìpìlẹ̀ tí ò tọ́
Proper structure.
láì ní ìpìlẹ̀ tó fìdí múlẹ̀?
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe rí gan-an nìyẹn.
And that's how it is.
I keep on saying it.
Mò ń sọ,
Nigeria is an artificial country.
Nàìjíríà jẹ́ orílẹ̀-èdè tí a tọwọ́ ènìyàn dá.
Gbogbo ẹnu ni mo fi sọ láìsí
All
ibẹ̀.
my house without
Bí mo
apology.
láǹfààní ní gbangba máa ń sọ
You
bẹ́ẹ̀.
have been there to say publicly, I will declare it.
Nigeria is an artificial country
Nàìjíríà jẹ́ orílẹ̀-èdè tí a tọwọ́ ènìyàn
built
dá.
on faulty foundation
A gbé lórí ìpìlẹ̀ tí kò
without
dá.
proper structure
Láì ní àwọn ìgbékalẹ̀
and
tó
we
dáa.
keep patching it.
A sì ń mọ àrùn.
Ìgbé tá a bá fi tọ́mọ,
Any house we used to train a child,
ìrìn ló máa wo kalẹ̀.
definitely deal with collapse.
Òdodo ní gbé orílẹ̀-èdè lékè.
Righteousness exalted the nation.
Irọ́ làwa fi ń kọ́
And we are
orílẹ̀-èdè.
using lies to build our own
Kò
nation.
sígbà tí ò ní wó.
There is no way we will not collapse.
Ọgbẹ́ ènìyàn ò lè tó ìlú.
The wisdom education of man cannot
Ọgbẹ́
arrange.
ènìyàn ò lè tó ìjọ.
The wisdom of man cannot arrange church.
Kìrìsìtẹ́nì kì í ṣe pé mo kàwé.
Christian is not about education.
Ìwé dáa.
Education is
Ṣùgbọ́n
true.
Bíbélì pé
But the Bible says,
ìwé a máa pani.
letter killeth.
Ẹ̀mí ní sọ ní
The
díà.
spirit that quickeneth.
Amen.
Amen.
Now, gbogbo ọgbọ́n ènìyàn
all the wisdom and philosophy of man
tó ayé kò tó orílẹ̀-èdè.
cannot arrange this world or nation.
Àwọn professor lórí economics ò níye.
Professors on economics are numerous.
Wọ́n lè yanjú economic
They
in
cannot
Nigeria.
settle the economic problem of Nigeria.
Ìkànnú ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n economics lórílẹ̀-èdè yìí.
One of the
Ó
professors in
ní
economics.
Nigeria economics a galloping economy.
Ó ní ọrọ̀ ajé Nàìjíríà ó jẹ́ èyí tó lọ sókè tó lọ
Kú
sókè.
ṣeré ni.
Kú ṣeré ni o.
Wọ́n ṣe èèyàn prime minister for petroleum tuntun.
They have just appointed a new minister of petroleum.
Ó ní àlè continue pẹ̀lú 145 by need.
And he said we can't continue with 145 per gallon.
Àbídá fikún.
Except we had to eat.
Àfikún kò yanjú ìṣòro
We
wa.
had and had to eat. It couldn't solve our
Now,
problem.
mi ò tí ì ráyè ti
I
Nàìjíríà.
don't have time for the Jew now.
Kristẹni ni mo fẹ́ bá sọ̀rọ̀
But I want
lónìí.
to talk to Christian in Nigeria.
Ìrànlọ́wọ́ Kristẹni.
The help of Christian.
Lọ́la ń pè ní Kristẹni.
Who is a Christian?
Kì í ṣe Paul.
He's not
Kì í ṣe Peter.
Paul. He's not
Kì í ṣe Daniel.
Paul. He's not Peter. He's
Kì í
not
ṣe
Daniel.
Dábìdì.
He's not David.
Ṣebí Paul gbọ́gbà ó ti di Mùsùlùmí.
But one has become a Muslim.
Orúkọ kọ́
It's not about name.
díákónì kan.
It's not about position.
Kì í ṣe oyè.
It's not about
Kì í
Jesus.
ṣe general overseer.
It's not about general
Mo dá
overseer.
ìjọ́lẹ̀ ìjọ tóbi kọ́ là ń pè ní
I
Kristẹni.
know about mega churches.
No.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ rárá.
Kristẹni
Christian.
ó ní àwọn tó ronú padà kúrò nínú ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wọn.
Those who have repented genuinely from their
Tí a
sin.
ti rà padà.
They have been redeemed.
Tí orúkọ wọn bẹnu ìwé yìí.
Their name is written in the book of
Tí wọ́n ń
life.
gbé ìgbé ayé tí Kristẹni fẹ́ kán
And they
gbé.
are living a Christ-like life.
Kristẹni lẹni tó ní attribute Kristi nínú.
Christian is somebody that have àbùdá
The
Christian.
humanity of Christ.
Tí ó ní àbùdá ìwà Christian nínú.
Kí ni Gẹ̀ẹ́sì àbùdá yẹn?
That's attributes.
That are the humanity attribute of Christ.
Ó ní ìwà àbùdá ti Christian nípa ti
Òun náà
ènìyàn
ń
nínú.
pè ní Kristẹni.
That's what we call a Christian.
Inú wọn ni olódodo,
And in them we have holiness.
olóòótọ́,
We have the righteous
ìwà
one.
mímọ́,
We have holiness.
ìwà tó tọ́ integrity,
Goodness, integrity,
òtítọ́ inú,
sincerity,
láì nìkan pé méjì.
without missing
Bẹ́ẹ̀
words.
ni jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
And your yes is
Bẹ́ẹ̀
yes.
kọ́ jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀
And
kọ́.
your no is no.
Ọ̀rọ̀ tó sọ lẹ́yìn,
What you say
wọ́n
behind,
lè sọ ní
you
gbangba.
can say it publicly.
Ọ̀rọ̀ tó sọ lójú gbogbo
What
ènìyàn.
you say publicly,
Àṣírí ọ̀rọ̀ náà ò ní tó kó lóun ò wí bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ́.
something secret will not be exposed and you
Àwọn
not
ìyẹn
deny
yìí
your.
ṣe Kristẹni.
These ones are not Christians.
Kristẹni ní ọ̀rọ̀ ẹnu wọn.
I'm presenting the word of
Ó
their mouth
bá èrò inú wọn mu.
is in line with their thought.
Mo kí gbogbo wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí èmi náà ni Koiki Media. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa. I say good morning and welcome. Mo fẹ́ ká jọ review nǹkan kan tí kò yé mi nípa ọ̀rọ̀ trip Bọ́lá Tinubu lọ sí United Arab Emirates. And I'm gonna come into that in just about a few minutes. Ṣé government ń fún wa ní information based on the kind of lies, or government ń sọ fún wa pé United Arab Emirates tí president náà ń lọ? There's two conflict statements that is out there in the public from based on the Twitter handle of the United Arab Emirates Embassy in Nigeria, and the one that was put together by the spokesperson for the president, ìyẹn àbínú yẹn Ajuri Ngelale, àbí whatever tó bá ń pè rẹ̀ anyway. I'm going to tell us a little bit more about that in just about a few minutes. So mo fẹ́ ká jọ review ẹ̀. That is the reason why we are still on again today. But before we do that, I still want to enjoy this. But for now, let's listen to this.
None of you can deny that what I'm saying is the truth. You know it's the truth. But either you won't write it, or you're too cowardly to speak it, because you want some favor here or favor there. So because you can't talk, you are muzzled. I'm not. I'm a free black man. And I didn't come here looking for a handout. And I really don't think you need one. Your problem is that you think you need a handout. Everything you need is right under your foot, but you looking everywhere else for help instead of to yourself and what you can produce for yourself. This is Africa's dilemma. You are parading yourself before the world as international beggars when you gave civilization to the world. Your problem is not America. Your problem is not Israel. Your problem is not Britain. Your problem is your disunity and your dependence on others to do for you what you could do for yourself. So I don't have to come back here anymore to help you. The help is already here. The knowledge is already here. The land is here. The sun is here. The water is here. The minerals are here. You have some of the finest minds in the world, but they're in Europe and they're in America making money while Africa suffers. Why don't we create politically stable environment and call the children of Africa back home to help build Africa? We are your children. And we will come and help. But don't expect us to come with billions of dollars when we don't have it. We're struggling in America. But you got it all right here under your foot. And you should be ashamed not to look to yourself, begging white folk to give you what you could give yourself. What I said today, which one of these countries is going to give you $20 million? America's not going to give you $20 million. You got it right here, but your disunity won't allow you to pool it. It's your fault, and you got to accept that responsibility. That is why my message is atonement, reconciliation, and responsibility. We got to stop blaming everything on somebody else and see what is our responsibility here.
What is our responsibility? Mumbo Saiti.
Yorùbá wà lọ̀rọ̀ ìkàn pátápátá la sì ń lọ gbọ́ ẹ̀tàn tantan sétí ọmọ aládé gbogbo nígbàgbọ́ wípé bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń gbọ́ lẹ́yìn náà máa sọ fún àwọn yòókù kárí ilé kárí oko tí gbogbo wọn sì péjú pésẹ̀ síbi ìwọ́de àlágbá yamuyamu tàlújá tó ń bọ̀ lórílẹ̀‐èdè Amẹ́ríkà yìí ti Yorùbá Nation Diaspora Mega Rally in alliance with Yorùbá World Media àti Yorùbá Nation Self-Determination parapọ̀dọ̀ kan ṣàgbékalẹ̀ New York Super Mega Rally ọjọ́ mẹ́ta gbáko ló máa fi wáyé bẹ̀rẹ̀ látọjọ́ ìṣẹ́gun Tuesday ọjọ́ kọkàndínlógún oṣù kẹsàn-án títí di ọjọ́bọ̀ Thursday ọjọ́ kọkànlélógún oṣù kẹsàn-án bákan náà látago 7 òwúrọ̀ títí di agogo 4 ìrọ̀lẹ́ New York Times láti máa péjú pésẹ̀ gbóhùn sókè rárá fáyé gbọ́ wípé ó tó gẹ́ Yorùbá Self-Determination is our right. Yorùbá fẹ́ dá dúró a fẹ́ kúrò lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀tàn a fẹ́ kúrò nínú ìnira orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjà a sì ń rọ gbogbo àwọn èèyàn wa jákèjádò àgbáyé tó ń bọ̀ wá síbi rally yìí wípé ká pàdé lọ́jọ́rú 20 oṣù kẹsàn-án ní rally location 78 UN General Assembly 405 West 45th Street New York City New York 10017 fún ẹ̀kúnrẹ́rẹ́ àlàyé síwájú sí tàbí fún ọ̀kan ọ̀jọ̀kan ìbéèrè tẹ́ bá ní ẹ kàn sí wa látòrí èyíkéyìí wẹ́bsáìtì yìí www.megarally.org tàbí www.yorubaworldmedia.com ó sì lè jẹ́ www.ysdm.org. bákan náà ni ẹ lè pè tàbí kẹ́ fi àtẹ̀jíṣẹ́ sọwọ́ sí Prophet Ayọ̀délé Ológunlolúwa lórí +1 803 846 1116 Mrs. Jùmọ̀kẹ́ Ògúnlẹ́yẹ lórí +1 347 703 7819 Dr. Sabi lórí +447 440 715 542 Mr. Gani Alágbàlá lórí +1 713 875 3339 Koiki Media lórí +447 594 050 979 Ìyálóde YSDM lórí +447 442 177 677 Mr. Abiodun Ojo lórí +1 347 301 8360. ẹ má gbàgbé wípé a fẹ́ kí gbogbo ènìyàn tó pọ̀ lágbàáyé ti wà ní sẹpẹ́sẹpẹ́ ní venue lọ́jọ́ Wednesday 20 oṣù kẹsàn-án lọ́jọ́ tó jẹ́ D-Day gan láti sọ fún gbogbo ayé wípé ó tó gẹ́.
And the last one will be my own boss. Okay, ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣùgbọ́n ilé náà wà okay.
Wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ bí ọ̀rọ̀ epo àwọn á di 200 á di 500. Ẹ fọkàn balẹ̀ a máa gbé wálẹ̀. Ẹ lọ fọkàn balẹ̀ ẹ lọ fọkàn balẹ̀ ẹ lọ fọkàn balẹ̀.
Mo mà kí gbogbo wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí bí tí mo ti ṣe ń kí ọmọdé mo kí àgbàlagbà ẹ jẹ́ n tún jàǹfààní ilé àti
wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀.
Òṣàdé ọmọ ẹkùn náà dá ọmọ ẹkùn náà rè àgàgà ọmọ tó ti dá òṣèlú bàbá mi lọ. Lẹ́bàá mi rìn ẹ̀ ṣàǹgbóhùn erin Sunday kò ṣà owó obìnrin. Lẹ́bàá mi rìn ẹ̀ ṣàǹgbóhùn erin ọmọdé ẹmọ tẹ̀rí ẹ ó kọjá kéré ní.
Mo recognize President Omoluka ní gbogbo Ondo níbẹ̀, mo kí ẹ dáadáa, àbúrò mi, my brother, thank you so much.
Nǹkan kì í ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ràgò òòṣà ẹ bá ti rí oyè àgò òòṣà ọmọkùn tó fi torí òòṣà ọmọkùn tó fi tìlù òòṣà nínú àwọn tó rí ṣàdá ní Sunday Igboho òòṣà akọni ọmọ ìsàlẹ̀ jẹ́jọba ṣẹ́ńlájà tó lá ikú pàjẹ́gun jẹran apátápárá òòṣà tó para ẹ̀ lájúbà ó kọjá ọkùnrin mẹ́ta ìṣẹ̀dá ọkùnrin mẹ́sàn-án Sunday lọkùnrin gàgà gbogbo ọmọ abẹ́rẹ́ mẹ́ta òkè ayé òwe ó ṣe ń fi kan gún ọ lójú ló ń fi kan gún ọ lẹ́nu ọ̀kan tó kù ló fi ń gún ọ lọ́nà fún oníhùn ẹ ọmọ aládìgún oníhùn ẹ ọmọ adé ẹ mọ ẹbẹ yìí lọmọ orí adé ọmọ kẹláwẹ ọmọ òkúta mẹ́ta ó lè ṣe lójúde ọba kẹrí ọ̀pọ̀ kọ́ mi lẹ́sẹ̀ lálọ́ ọ̀pọ̀ sì kọ́ mi lẹ́sẹ̀ lábọ̀ ẹ̀kẹta nígbà tí mi ò mọ̀ ní inú wa lálàdé àdínkùn mo ní mo mórí adé lọ́mọ láṣẹ gírí orí adé ọmọ aládé ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ fún ẹ̀yin lòrò olúwàgúnyàn tó kún bọ̀ àbò òòṣà ọmọládé ládé ọjọ́ tálàfin òládé ló àṣẹlẹ̀ gangan àṣebádé aládìkún làgbà wọn láàfin tí bàbá dẹ̀ fi ń ṣọba ọmọdé ẹmọ ọmọ aládé ọmọọba lẹ́bàá mi ẹ̀ ṣàǹgbóhùn ẹ̀. Sunday kò ṣà owó obìnrin.
Ó ti wú obìnrin jù.
Kẹ́bà mi rin ẹ ṣàǹgbóhùn mi rin. Ọmọdé ẹmu tẹ̀rí ẹ ó kọjá kéré mi. Ṣé nǹkan kì í ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ràgò? Òòṣà ẹ bá ti rí oyè àgò. Òòṣà ẹkùn tó fi torí. Òòṣà ẹkùn tó fi tìlù. Òòṣà nínú àwọn tó rí ṣàdá ní Sunday Igboho òòṣà. Akọni ọmọ ìsàlẹ̀ jẹ́jọba kan kó lajú àsọ̀nà ó kọ́ àlọ́gbọ́n ojú àdìgbé nígbà tí gbogbo Yorùbá ń sùn lọ lójú àdìgbé ṣẹwárí pé akọni òòṣà ọmọ gidi lídà gidi ni mo tún kí ẹ délé òdélé yàrá ìmọ̀. Ṣèbẹ́yìn lọ́mọ àwọn ọmọ ju ẹ̀dá ta ló fẹ́ wò lójú. Àgùnyàn olóko dànù kò lè ṣàgẹ̀mọ́. Ṣèbẹ́yìn lọ́mọ yìí gbìngbìn àgbọ̀gbìn gbìngbìn gbàjà. Bàbá mi ló pe bàrà bí ẹni tí ò lálàjá. Eégún bẹ nílé ọmọdé wọn. Òkú bẹ lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ọmọ sọ kẹfà tún bẹ. Lẹ́bàá mi ni ẹ̀ ṣàǹgbóhùn erin. Sunday kò ṣà owó obìnrin. Lẹ́bàá mi rin ẹ̀ ṣàǹgbóhùn erin. Ọmọdé ẹmọ tẹ̀rí ẹ̀ ọkọ̀ jàkèrè ní. Nǹkan kì í ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ràgò. Òòṣà bá ti rí oyè àgò. Òòṣà ẹkùn tó fi torí. Òòṣà ẹkùn tó fi tìlù. Òòṣà nínú àwọn tó rí ṣàdá ní Sunday Igboho òòṣà.
Òòṣà
akọni ọmọ
ìsàlẹ̀ jẹ́jọba kan. Tí wọn náà bá fi jẹ́ legend tó fẹ́ kí n máa kí ẹ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn wàá kọ́kọ́ ṣe dáadáa àgàgà àwa bá mi kí ẹ. I have just 1 hour for the presentation. We appreciate our President Bola Ahmed TINUBU, that wants to make sure that Nigerians that are living in United Arab Emirates can live a life based on the relationship between the United Arab Emirates and Nigeria, through cordial relationship, through partnership, through ways to make sure that the Arabs that will be living in Nigeria can have a better opportunity. But also Nigerians that are living in United Arab Emirates can also be respected. Buhari failed to do the needful. He failed because Buhari does not have what it takes as a leader. Buhari is dead and sometimes is alive, but we don't know which one. But something is some kind of confusing me. Maybe it's my own eyes. So I thought, let me bring it to those that have the understanding and knowledge so that we can share our, we can balance it. Because I am still confused from the outcome of the communique that came out from the presidency. Remember, the president went from the G20. That was a very successful one. The next G20 is taking place in Brazil, in case you want to plan your journey now. The last year one was in Bali. But what I am not sure about is the communique coming out of the president and also the United Arab Emirates. I am not too convinced. We have seen the photo shoot. We have seen the good relationship that President Bola TINUBU is trying to work with the Arab. It is in the interest of me and you. And I think we have a video of how President Bola TINUBU was welcomed by the Prince of the Emirates. You know, say they get money well. Everybody wants to go to Dubai. I'm talking about His Highness Sheikh Mohammed of the Abu Dhabi. It was a lot of things that was discussed that has now been given to us, Nigerians. But there is still a bit of maybe it will be adjusted, but as at now, there is two different contradiction with the statement from the Nigerian side and the UAE. And you know, we are journalists. We don't fight anybody. It is my job to try and bring it to our fora like these so that we don't get confused, because I might want to go to Dubai from here and I need to understand that I will be given opportunity. So this is how President Bola TINUBU was welcomed inside the United Arab Emirates. Very nice. The President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Very nice. Thank you, Mr. President. Now, let's come to the real deal. What actually happened in Dubai? Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ gangan níbẹ̀? Because those Nigerians that are living there are confused this morning. And they're asking me, Mr. Koiki, can you please come out and explain to us what actually happened from the outcome of President Bola TINUBU's visit to United Arab Emirates? We know that we have had a very bad relationship since Buhari, the dead or alive, the former president, could not sort out some problems between Nigeria and UAE, or some might call it Abu Dhabi. So there's been a strain. I just want to take you back to so that you can have the understanding. And I want you to have a clear heart and clear mind. I am not here to disregard or knock off the president. I am just here to see maybe there is a kind of mispressed statement that will still be adjusted. So I am not here. But I am here to also checkmate the president, even though we are campaigner of Yoruba nation. But I have a lot of my people that are living in Dubai. Some of you might want to travel, and if I don't give you the right fact now, so that those agents, especially the fraudulent fraudster agent in Nigeria, do not rip you off of your money, okay? If I want to go from here, if Dubai doesn't give me visa, I will sit here, I will find another country to go. But we want to make sure that if the statement that has been released by the presidency under the @NGR president, that is the Twitter handle of the Nigerian presidency, in case you don't know, so that you can follow it. So my job this morning is coming from the angle of a pressman that love to look to what has been said in any communique. You have to read it. You have to understand all the sentence. I am still reading the G20 communique. It's a long one. So that by the time I complete it, I can come and give you a better understanding what it means to me and you. So we have seen problems between Nigeria and UAE. So let me just do a Google search and see some of what has taken place prior to TINUBU taking charge. CNN is saying the same thing. So that means that maybe it is Abu Dhabi that is not saying what we want to hear. And it is important that they ask them to also say what we are hearing from our own side. Because I'm hearing CNN 15 hours ago, UAE has lifted visa restrictions for Nigerians. Wow. But I don't think that is what I read from the United Arab Emirates Embassy press release. Nothing of such was mentioned. Could he say that there was a mistake somewhere? Let's read through some of our past events between Nigeria and United Arab Emirates. We want cordial relationship. If you don't have a relationship with countries, the citizen will suffer, even though a lot of us go there and spend our money. But one thing is, are we going to see all these and enjoy it, and then another northerner comes and stop all the progress that TINUBU is making right now? I want you to always hold on to that. TINUBU is trying to bring progress to Nigeria. You wonder why Buhari could not sort out the problem between the visa issue. Many Nigerians were crying out. I remember a video came out then that Nigerians that were locked in the prison or in detention camp or whatever it was. I think it was the detention camp I should use. But unfortunately, Buhari just, turned a blind eyes as if he did not know what was going on. Abike Dabiri probably just look away. We now have a new minister, Festus Keyamo. Festus Keyamo. But is this government just giving you a false hope? Time will tell. Let's read what your presidency told us, and then we will now review it. Thank you so much, TJ Baba, with what the statement from the Emirate, because it's two contradictory, two conflict statements. That statement is not sequenced. And when something is not sequenced, you must look it very well, especially those of you in Nigeria, so that somebody will not say, what to lift the visa in Dubai, and then you go and give them 2 million, and they will send you to Sri Lanka, or they will send you to another country that is not Dubai, and they will tell you, when you get there, there's another flight that will take you back. No. Like I said, I am for Yoruba Nation, and I remain a Yoruba Nation campaigner till we get it. It might not come now, it might come tomorrow, it might come next year, it does not matter. But I will continue to checkmate your government on your behalf, because there's too many fraudsters operating around that geographical location called Nigeria, and they will take advantage of so many of you. Many people have been excited since yesterday. Like I said, I will do the first physical test from UK. I have a travel agent, and I'll tell them to put through to go to Dubai with a Nigerian passport for someone. And we will see how that will come back. And I'll come back and tell you. So give me a few more days while I work on that. But for now, I am just working on the communique, because Nigeria has released a communique, and likewise the United Arab Emirates, but it is conflict. It is not tallying with what Nigerian government is saying. So what is the Nigerian government saying? Let's go straight into it, because we have just about 1 hour to present this program. State House press release. President TINUBU official ABTA, which is his official handle, secures landmark deal with the United Arab Emirates across sectors. The most important one, we take all capital letter that shows the weight. Remember, his chief of staff told us the weight of Nigeria. The weight of Nigeria. It is only Almighty Allah that can help our president. And Almighty Allah will be with him to carry the weight. So everybody knows that Nigeria has a big weight. Some say that weight can be handled by Jagaban. Some say that weight can be handled by Buhari. We saw what Buhari did after 8 years. It was a bomb bastard. He actually destroyed everything and then pump money to where money was not meant to pump to, like Niger. Now, TINUBU has not even tell us what is going to happen between ECOWAS and Niger. Maybe they don't even forget about that, because nobody's talking about that anymore. So it seems that it's us rhetorics, but we are not here for the Niger. That will be another program for another day. My focus today is the outcome of President TINUBU journey stopover to United Arab Emirates. There has been a lot of tension between those two countries. Visa ban on Nigerian travelers is lifted immediately. The word immediately means that as a citizen of Nigeria that is operating in UK, we should also be able to apply for that same visa, and we shouldn't have any problem, as long as you still go through the same process that we have been going through. Because I remember about 10 years ago, if I'm right, if not 15, probably more than that, when I first traveled to Dubai, everything was handled by the agent in Dubai, and all they did was they just sent me just a small paper with my details, and the airline lifted me. I bought a ticket, and then boom, I was in Dubai for a couple of days, and I had a great time. Very hot. But that stopped since Buhari government was there, because there was a friction between the two countries. But it seems Jagaban has been able to seal the deal. But what I am here for is that we would have to confirm that. But before we confirm that physically, we are going with what the two statement that was released. That is the reason why we are here. President Bola Tinubu and President of the United Arab Emirates, Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, on Monday, yesterday, the 11th day of September 2023, another historical day for those of you that remember 2006, September 11. That actually changed the mode of traveling and so many details that is collated prior before you leave your country. If you're going to America today from Nigeria, it will take you 1 year and 2 months before you can get a visa appointment. It will take you 1 year and 2 months because so many people want to japa. Furthermore, by this historical agreement, when they use the word agreement, that means something has been sealed. And if it's sealed, that means most of us, whether you are in Nigeria or outside Nigeria, wherever you are, because like I always say, not everybody living outside Nigeria, especially in Europe, has a European passport or an American passport or a United Kingdom passport, but they have what they call the resident to live in that country, which is different from you that will apply for visa because your visa does not allow you to work when you come to this country. It sits it there. Don't try to do any job. That's just my advice. If you get caught, boom, you will be sentenced, you will go to prison, and they will then ban you from this country for the next 10 years. Oh, no. If you get to UK, I don't know about America. I live here. I can only talk about my immigration here. If you get here on a visiting visa and you work and they get hold of you, whether it is a job that you just say, like, you will be banned from this country for 10 years. But that is not where we're going. Furthermore, by this historical agreement, both Etihad Airline and the Emirates Airline are immediately to resume flight schedules into and out of Nigeria without any further delay. That is very good because many people that want to travel to Nigeria, you do not know what it takes before we get ticket. Very, very expensive. So if there's a deal that can make us that still want to travel to Nigeria for whatever reason, and you don't want to go through Turkish airline because it's expensive, you might want to go through Emirates if that is going to be cool. Virgin and the British Airways are very, very expensive. They are direct, it's 6 hours, but you will pay out of your nose. And the same goes if you're coming to UK from Nigeria, in case you have been given a student visa or you're coming here for a visit or you have a visa before and you want to travel and you don't want to go through Virgin or BA. It is because only that one is for the politicians and those within the bracket of what we call the elite that have the money. But people like us that are struggling, we are always looking for Air Morocco, Ethiopian Airline. And what that literally means that you are not going to London or America or Turkey or Sudan or wherever you're traveling to directly. You are first going to stop over in Dubai. And maybe you find just opportune to also enter Dubai for the first time. Maybe it's just an advice. Because if we now have a good relationship, as we have been told that the visa has been lifted, you might want to enter Dubai and do 2 days or even go in and come back out and then continue your journey. If you know how to plan it very well. There are some people that can do that. Don't go through France because you will need a Shanghai. It's one of the most stupidity I've never had. You are not going into Paris, but before you travel through France, you must have a Shanghai visa. And that is why nobody's using Air France anymore. Apart from those that are resident or those that have international passport. I know that Nigeria is also an international passport, but it has a limit to where it can travel to that will allow you to pass through if you do not have the other requirement like the Shanghai. So don't even think of Air France. But Dubai does not need such. Luka, you want to see me? Dubai does not need salt. So that means that Dubai literally is a good destination for many Nigerians. I mean, if you cannot get a visa to America and there's a good relationship with us, yes, I want you to travel out so that you will also understand why we want Yoruba Nation, because when you get to the airport, you will be treated like a human being, not like a dog in that Nigeria airport. But it's about it travel, you cannot understand what I'm saying. Try to go out of Nigeria as a first-time traveler, and you'll be lucky if they don't even put Igbo Sino Akwe, because they can see that you are JJC, and they know that by the time they start asking you some questions, hey, hey, ogun ìdílé mi ti tẹ̀lé mi dé airport, hey, mo dẹ̀ bẹ̀ Ọlọ́run títí, mo dẹ̀ fáfá yẹn lówó, mo ṣe gbogbo tán ní kí n ṣe, hey, mo dẹ̀ lọ sí church o. I don't think it's a joke. I heard an audio that was sent to me. The young man was traveling to London. He ended up in Ekiti after he was kidnapped. There was another girl called Onforuke. She was meant to be in London. She died. I hope the Nigerian government will take it up. She died in the aircraft before she arrived in Cairo. So when we sit here and you're saying, hey, they play. I don't live in Nigeria, okay? I live in a society where there's problem as well, but those problems, we deal with it. Because as I am not living in this country on Nigeria system anymore. Maybe some of you don't know that. Yes, even if I am a Nigerian, I am not living as a Nigerian anymore here. I am living as a resident, which is different from a normal visa that I came with some 25 years ago. By the 21st of September, I will be 25 years in UK. I have a resident that allows me to live here, work here, set up a business. But if you're going to Dubai, you must also be careful. It has its rules and regulations. You are only going there to enjoy your holiday. If you cannot go to Ondo State, if you cannot go to Ekiti or Port Harcourt, and you are going to Dubai, you are not going there to go and live there. If you want to live there, it's another process. So I have people that are living there. And that is why it has been problem. I am just explaining this before I go more into the press release yesterday, so that some of you that wants to travel, you prepare your mind. I cannot tell you not to travel. Waiting concern me. If you want travel, travel. If you don't want travel, that's not my problem. But we want to make sure that you are guided. I am not a travel agent, okay? I'm only telling you based on my experience that I've lived outside Nigeria for 25 years. So when there's a relationship with any country, yes, we want you to go there. If you can get there, you can go and ask immigration. If you can change your visa to the one that will allow you to work. But one thing is, some of you that doesn't want to travel, and the ones that wants to travel to Dubai, you are going there as a tourist to spend money. Tourist. Tourist. You must have money. Dubai like people we get money. Come and do tourist with us, tourism. And you will enjoy life. But there are many Nigerians there, women that they are sleeping with for almost less than 1,000 naira. That's in Dubai. They have their own slum area. They have their own other side. Just like India was presenting himself, but if you go to the slum of India, you will know that they have problems. Every country has its own issues. So I am just telling you so that in case you are too excited, maybe you want to listen and learn. There are Nigerians in Dubai that doesn't have a job as I speak to you right now. It's a complete different place. They don't, do you know that they give more people access from the Pakistan, Indian side than Nigerians? That I think the president needs to work on. Kilodeta found more Indian access in Dubai. Rather than we Nigerians. We are saying we are Nigerians, right? So those of you that wants to keep Nigeria. But one thing is, traveling is the best. Wallahi. You will meet people for inside airplane. Now go talk. So many people there, but there's no job. But the reason why there is no job, I will tell you, is because of the strained relationship between Nigeria and Dubai. Now, President Bola Tinubu is trying to do something that is good, that will allow Nigerians to be able to work. F1 permit, 2 years, 6 months. The same thing is in Turkey. Turkey only gives you less than 8 months. Turkey on phone indefinite like UK. Cherry UK is still the best, and America when it comes to the immigration. Dubai, Turkey, they just want you to come and be a worker. But we are having problem with the Dubai because Buhari could not sort out what Tinubu is trying to sort out now. And that's why some say it's be Jagaban. But the concern is, Tinubu Bawa Shetan, can they maintain the same thing? Which has been the problem in Nigeria. Tinubu is the first person that will be there that we can say is well-read. Jonathan was well-read as well, but we saw what played out. Somebody say number one country on visa policy is America. It will take you 1 year and 2 months to get an appointment for visa to America. No, let's go further quickly. My name is Olami Koiki. This is Koiki Media. I'm not a travel agent. I don't do visa. I am a self-determination campaigner. I am a journalist. I am an activist. I am a father. I am a lover of freedom. But my advice is, let's hear from the two sides of what's released yesterday. It might just be nothing. But I expect Emirates, or what we say, yes, Emirates, not to hold back anything. If they say there's visa ban, let them also tell us that there's a visa ban, not to tell us other things, but we cannot see inside their own statement that there's a visa ban. Visa ban, but what he lifted. But do you know that Emirates did not say anything of such? Let's go further. We've talked about the airline to be resumed without any further delay. Again, it's very good. As negotiated between the two heads of state, this immediate restoration of flight activity through these two airlines between the two countries does not involve any immediate payment by the Nigerian government. There has always been problem with payment. Nigerians that buy ticket, you're not buying it with dollar. You're buying it with your naira. This money that is collapsing on a daily basis. As at yesterday, I don't know what it is today. As at yesterday, it is 1,160 to a pound, and it's probably about 900 in the black market, because you will never get your bank to give you $3,000 to go to Dubai. One equals black market, part of the fraud that Tinubu wants to curb. But the North knows that it's stepping on their tail. The Northerners own the black market. Tinubu wants to break that black market. It will be very, very hard work for him. I wish him all the best. The black market of the dollar exchange in Nigeria, I will not, Luni. Why do I want to travel from UK and I have to go to the black market to change money to dollar when I can just walk into my post office? My post office is just across the road. Mr. Koiki, where are you going? They will even be telling me, have I done insurance? Why not buy insurance before you travel? In case something happens. And there's so many other insurance packages. So that if I lost in Dubai, if I lost, let's say, while they treat me in Dubai, but insurance may cover me, even maybe to airlift me back to London as quickly as possible. That's why insurance, we don't joke with it in this country. You put insurance on everything. Alone insurance, but it is part of what we have been told. So that in case. So why should you want to travel to Dubai and then you go to black market? That's not what we're dealing with now. What we are dealing with now is that Nigerian government does not have to make any payment now. But every time you are buying a ticket in Nigeria, you are buying it with Naira, the Emirates expect Nigeria to pay them back in dollar. They don't need the Naira, they need the dollar. And this is where there's a problem. CBN all that is based on the fact that we are not producing enough to sell out to give us dollar. Nigeria is not producing enough to be able to sell goods and services, so that me and you, we then have $1 trillion reserve. Today, I don't think we have up to 50 billion in our foreign reserve. You might correct me if I'm wrong. I only put it 50 billion, but I know it's not up to that. More, I need to 50 billion. A country with a population of 200 million, with vast amount of resources, and yet we do not have enough reserve, is because a lot of us are meant to be producing, even if it's just this, even if it's this, even if it's that. Think of so many things that can be produced. These that I use on my lips all the time is coming from the crude oil. Let's hope the refinery coming up in December can even help us to produce this so that we can sell it out. Are you getting me? Even if it's these beads, the Turkish people like this. It's called the blue eye. I'm sure Kwemari love me all the time. It's about almost close to 10 lira. Man, because you can confirm you're going to 50 billion K. We have 50 billion in our foreign reserve. So Dubai struggle láti gbowó wọn padà. Kò dẹ̀ ń ṣe Dubai nìkan. Virgin Airlines must also get its money back. BA. So that is why a country economy will not prosper if there's a pressure because we are not producing. Bola Tinubu wants to change all that. Good luck to him. By the time he finishes that, we hope another person doesn't come and pull everything down. Let's continue. In recognition of the President Tinubu economic development diplomacy drive and proposal today presented by President Tinubu to his counterpart in Dubai, an agreed framework has been established. Some of you doesn't want us to do negotiation with the government on Yoruba Nation, but Tinubu can go and do negotiation with United Arab Emirates. In this struggle, there will be diplomacy, there will be negotiation, there will be rally, and there will be other things if all that failed. But it might take a long time when we're going through the diplomatic route. Later on today, I was watching Wales and Latvia. Mujokus Lano. They played a football match. Wales won the game. Latvia is not up to 2 million. It's part of an European country. I hope you're thinking what I'm thinking. Wales is not up to 5 million. It's an independent, but not their own country yet, but they are still under what they call United Kingdom. So it's not like Wales say, no, we are 3 in United Kingdom. Let's pick people from Wales, Scotland, England, go and represent us to play. No, every time they go and play football, they represent Wales as a country that can represent its own. But Nigeria, we will pick people from Bendel, Edo, Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, put them in the football match, basketball. Oh, you're going to represent Nigeria. And that has been the fraud, because that was not what we agreed. That was not what we agreed in 1960. That was why we are saying that the regional government will have given us the same opportunity like Wales. We will talk about that in a full broadcast later. Latvia versus Wales. What can we learn from the two countries? And do you know that as a Nigerian, you are not likely to be given a visa to Latvia? But population is less than 2 million. So as Nigerians, we have been backward because the country did not provide for us to be able to challenge any country and say, but when people like Abacha took out $5 billion, you ask the question, she will love Wani. So Tinubu is trying to say money has been moved out of Nigeria, but let's see how we can bring it back with relationship with United Arab Emirates. Let's continue quickly. So again, in recognition of President Bola Tinubu's economic blah, 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 read that. There is now an agreed framework that has been established, which will involve several billions of US dollars worth of new investment into Nigeria economy across multiple sectors. Great work Lagos State is doing. I hope they maintain that line so that in the next 1 year, it's because of the culture of maintenance. It's good to see brand new things launch. When you go, I've shown you a lot of underground. Hopefully by the time I'm on site, I can do a live program from the London Underground. I'm sure some of you know that because the internet is working right underneath deep. I hope the one that is up there, relocate to next year, it will be the same just as they launch it. Do you know how many Africans are cleaning the London Underground as I speak to you? We are the one cleaning it. Africans look what you don't clean it. Deep cleaning. Though a lot of work still needs to be done on the underground. That's why they are doing refurbishment. That's why they are bringing it up to the standard. So that Tobari, the seal of America. All over me Washington DC. America. I think the visa ban is not due to Nigerians' atrocity, but because of the bad Nigerian airport. Not only that, Prince of Africa, it's got to do with money. And there are some other issues across the world. I told you Singapore. Singapore to commit a crime over the weekend. None of them were Africans. So we give thanks. So there are criminals around the world. We're talking about millions of dollars was confiscated. Singapore is the lowest crime in the world, but yet people want to take advantage. Koda, in Singapore, you are not allowed to live in some certain places if you are not a citizen of Singapore. I didn't know that. I didn't know that until I read the report. Ní Singapore, àwọn lẹ́kàn wà wọ́n expect ẹni tó kì í ṣọmọ ìlú kó gbé nínú bẹ̀. Ibẹ̀ dàlẹ́ àwọn 419 criminal ń gbé, just like Hush Puppy. Look at what Hush Puppy was doing in Dubai. He was living a big lifestyle. Come on Instagram. Tẹ̀sí gbogbo wa lójú. Jẹ́ this, jẹ́ that. Bọ̀bọ̀ yìí ṣe sùúrù. Àṣọ lè ní ọmọ Yorùbá. Bomb bastard. 419. Ti báyé jẹ́. Mo kí gbogbo èèyàn wa. And a good morning to you all. Like I said, my job is just to review what transpired, and it is up to you to see. I know I've been cutting down trying to explain, but at least you are still understanding that this is what, when I'm going to read the Dubai one, I'm going to read it straight so that you will now see, president. So let's move swiftly. So it's good. We want the government to work with Dubai, but can that be maintained after TINUBU Batilo? Because whatever policy TINUBU is taking now is not using the template of Buhari anymore, even though they are the same political party, because Buhari actually destroyed Nigeria. So TINUBU doesn't want to use that. That's why TINUBU cannot even invite Osibajo to be part of his government, at least for now. I saw Osibajo last at the climate change or whatever they were doing in Kenya. The short man devil. It was part of Buhari that destroyed the government. Anyway, as far as I'm concerned. So we are talking about different sectors. Which sector do we really need Dubai to come and help us with? First is the defense. Our security is completely crumbled. And anywhere in the world that the security is down, investors will come in, but they will take a lot. Àwọn tó jólówó wọn tó wà láàrin ibẹ̀ tó jẹ́ CEO, ṣé ká lọ invest sí Nàìjíríà? Ó kì í bọ́lẹ̀ fẹ́ invest sí. Ṣòkòtò. Sometimes they take risk. Risk is about everything. But the government is saying that, why invest? The Jagaban of Africa. I make sure everything will work. But we are talking about defense. Agriculture. Why are we not producing enough? Benue State is the food basket of Nigeria. But nobody can say today that Benue State is the food basket of Nigeria because of the terrorism that is taking place in that region. We are talking about infrastructure to be able to connect the produce. Out of the farm and at least feed ourselves and then export the rest across the other countries within Africa. Somebody say infrastructure. I think Dubai can handle that better than security. Well, they're not just talking about defense, they're talking about agriculture and others, maybe other investment. Dubai invest anywhere they can get a return. Investor can lose CBT one return. That was been the problem between the Emirates. Emirates, if they increase the flights, Nigeria, because there's a big traffic to Nigeria. Maybe some of you don't know that. Heavy traffic, and that is why they do not want Nigeria to break, because the waterways where the British have just brought their warship for maritime security, I hope it's got nothing to do with Niger. I just want you to remember that France is pulling together certain strategic points from other side of African countries in case they are going to invade Niger. But for now, I have come out. I have said I should start this fight. But since Bola Tinubu can get my feelings, so Tinubu says I am the one holding back the ECOWAS. But France is pushing. But do you know that America, digress there, America has not yet accepted that Niger is a coup. So America is playing that big man. I want to say coup in Niger because their constitution says the moment there's a coup in Africa that have illegitimately removed somebody on the constitution, we're going to fund them all. But what America has now done is base Neyman. What if we want to see the other base? Nibiti will invest over $100 million drone. What is the job of the drone? They are telling us the security. I hope it's not for other things. Our waterways is the best. They need our waterway. They need our waterway to continue to function. Why do you think America wants to build the biggest embassy in Africa in Lagos? Are you thinking what I'm thinking? They need us, but what they need are they doing the same thing with you as Nigerians? Are you valued as a citizen? Your government has a role to play. I am not your government. That is why I'm saying my leader is Professor Adebanji Akintoye. Tinubu has the first 4 years that will expire in 2027. He would have to come and campaign again. Do you know that there's agenda by the Labour Party to hijack Lagos? We saw the game. I'm not talking about Igbo now. I'm saying Labour Party because the Yorubas are there. But there's an agenda that they would take Lagos from us. And the moment Lagos is gone, Ogun State is gone. Labour Party and PDP eyes might come together in 2027. But I know Tinubu Jagaban. Only, make I not say that one because we know that whatever is going to happen, Tinubu will complete his 8 years. I know that. It's Jagaban. Kaka komode Tamilayo. E pari etoku. Kaka komode Tamilayo lo ma fi se. And everybody knows that. But that is not where we're going. So additionally, President Tinubu is pleased to have successfully negotiated a joint new foreign exchange liquidity program between the two governments, which will be announced in details coming. I'll be looking forward to see what is going to be the outcome of that. In conclusion, the president wished to commend the UAE President Mohammed bin Zayed for his unalloyed friendship. We have always been friends with the Dubai. Remember that we gave them money at some point in the history of Nigeria. Maybe some of you don't know that. Abodo won lowo, ati ya won lowo ri. Nígbà táwa jẹ́ Darosha, Madawonu, we were giving money. We actually gave Dubai money. That is coming from Chief Ajuri Ngalali, the special advisor to the president. Now let's listen to the other side and tell me if you pick up anything that says the visa ban has been lifted. Like I said, I might be wrong, but this is the outcome of what the Emirate is saying. Abu Dhabi, 11th of September 2023. President is Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan. Today, which was yesterday, met with Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, who is on a working visit to UAE. During the meeting, which took place at Qas Al Shati in Abu Dhabi, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed renewed his congratulations to Tinubu on assuming the presidency earlier this year and wished him every success in leading Nigeria and his people to further progress and prosperity. His Highness expressed his hope that the two leaders will work together to reinforce ties between the UAE and Nigeria for the benefit of both countries. The UAE president and Nigerian president explore opportunities for further bilateral collaboration in areas that served both countries' sustainable economic growth, including the economic development, energy, and climate action fields. The two sides also exchanged views on a number of regional and international development of interest. The meeting discussed the upcoming COP28 climate conference set to take place in the UAE later this year, with both parties stressing the vital importance of encouraging and enabling international cooperation to tackle global issues, including climate change. His Highness underscored the UAE ongoing commitment to fostering ties with the countries that share the same aspiration for stability, sustainable growth, development, prosperity for their people. He further emphasized the particular importance the UAE attaches to its relationship with Nigeria within the framework of its strategic vision for relations with the African continent. The president of Nigeria expressed his pleasure to be visiting the UAE and affirmed his country's keenness to further enhance bilateral cooperation to support sustainable development and progress in both countries. And coming towards the final part, the meeting was attended by His Highness Sheikh Masoud bin Said Al Nahyan, the Vice President, Deputy Prime Minister, and the Minister of the Presidential Court, Sheikh Mohammed bin Ahmed bin Tahoni Al Nahyan, Advisor for Special Affairs at the Ministry of the Presidential Court, Dr. Anwar Gashar, Diplomatic Advisor to the UAE President, Rim bint Ibrahim Al-Assimi, Minister of the State for International Cooperation, Suli bin Mohammed Al-Muri, Minister of Energy and Infrastructure, Abdullah bin Tariq Al-Mari, Minister of Economy, and Dr. Abdurrahman Al-Wa, Minister of Human Resources and the Emiratization. The meeting was also attended by the delegation accompanied by the Nigerian president, which included a number of ministers and high-rank office. And this is coming from Kido Nasha Azan Hussein. So nothing of visa ban was mentioned here. But that does not mean that it is not something that has been achieved. I cannot confirm that. But based on what I've read, I didn't see anywhere that says visa ban has been lifted. But like I said, we'll wait, and I'm sure many Nigerians that would love to travel to Dubai will probably have to confirm such as well. But what I can tell you is that going back to the reaction, now let's see what Nigerians are reacting on. I know especially many of the Peter Obi that are not happy with TINUBU, PDP that are not happy, and those that are happy with TINUBU, let's see what the reaction was. When this was posted at 16 hours, that I picked it up as well yesterday on the UAE Embassy in Nigeria. This, what I read, came out from the UAE Embassy in Nigeria. Like I said, my job here is not to knock the president. My job is to see where that visa ban has been lifted so that we can be able to tell Nigerians that, yes, it has been lifted. But it seems that that news that it has been lifted by Anjuri is what is being picked up, but we are not picking that from Dubai yet. Maybe that will be something that will come up just when you apply. But like I said, I will be doing a test on that here from UK with somebody that holds a Nigerian passport that would like to travel to Dubai and see. I will make my contact in Dubai and with the travel agent here. And when I find my findings, and maybe if you find yours as well, you can come back. But these have been the reaction. There's been about almost 110 comments under that same post. Let's read the reaction quickly. This one says, and like I always say, Nigerians is the divided country. So you will see people that didn't support Bola Tinubu the way they will talk. The one way support Tinubu, you go, no. We are just self-determination. That is what we believe in. This one say, I hope you people can read, Sha, then bringing out the extract of what I've just read. This one say, we now understand Anjuri with a picture with Lai Muhammad. I'm sure you know what that too means. Lai Muhammad was a liar. Liar Muhammad. This one say, you cannot run a nation with just propaganda. Like I said, my job here is just to say that Tinubu told us visa ban has been lifted. Somebody said, I just checked for ticket and there are no flight yet. Remember, it might still be too early. Don't let us do the check now. Akilode, TINUBU kò tí dé Nigeria kò land. Ẹ jẹ́ kó dé Nigeria padà. Bí a tó bá ti dé Nigeria padà, maybe by this time next week, everything will work out. It takes time. So I am not here to say it's going to happen now. It might take a couple of weeks again before everything is too early. Emma Jeka, Akilode, Jagaban, Eshe Suru now. Eleni, good news, congrats. Eleni, you and who? Eleni, God bless the country. Okay. Nigerian government lied. The news scene in Nigeria wasn't mentioned here. I wonder where they got it from. So you can see that the statement from Nigeria is not lining as much as the one from Dubai or UAE. But who am I? At least you believe your media at home. My job is to cross-check and say, Shinton Soye, show are realistic. I'm just 15 minutes away from the program. It's just our lecture room where we come out and review things as it is. Somebody say it's all lies. It's never confirmed, but dialogue. Dialogue must continue. So hopefully maybe it's still a dialogue, but Nigerian side is trying to quickly push things out so that daddy ba jade and I know gboro mu bonbon se bonbon le ma pe ti daddy ba jade lọ síta tó lọ́mọ nínú ilé gboro mu bonbon wa kódà gboro mu kokan wọlé padà ìkòkòrò ẹ̀pà. So and we're not talking to stupid people here. We're talking with people that have sense, okay? Nigeria for me is never going to work anyway. It doesn't make any difference. So what is it, Afimaso? I am not talking about, I'm not talking to, I want only brain. I want only think. Because whatever is going to affect in Nigeria, start from the view from outside. The rally, we're hoping it will come up soon, but I am not the one to predict or give you the date. That is why we have an organization that is working. And my job is when they give me to me, the rally Marshall, I'll come out and start announcing it. But the one that I know that I'm aware of is the rally coming up in New York. Bola Tinubu will be as well at the General Assembly. Kosibo Shenira to my protest in New York. We will be there. Not just Nigerians or Yoruba people that will be there. Many people go there as well. But Yoruba people will be protesting against our right to self-determination. So that's the only one I'm aware of. But the general rally that will start, I cannot confirm that until YSDM, which is the Yoruba self-determination, will tell us. But the moment they tell us, you start hearing that from the jingle, the advert, and everybody will roll out again. Rally is one thing that the Scottish people are maintaining. I think their next rally, the Scottish people will out again this month. Like I said, hopefully I'll be able to travel down to Scotland and you'll be able to see, you know, what it means. I mean, you can imagine if Scotland that has a system that is working. Visa talk Scotland I mean, not everybody, but some. But they are still also asking for the right to self-determination. So some of you that think that our rights is because we hate TINUBU, some of you don't understand how things are working in reality. And let me just give you some of the updates coming out from people that are asking the same right like myself. I've actually played this so many times. Maybe we should just hear it again. This is Senator Benny Sandy, a senator in America, being asked on the Sky News about the Scottish in the self-determination. This is what he said.
There is one constitutional issue in the UK that I'm really interested genuinely to know what your opinion is on it, and that's Scottish independence. Look, it might be something that you haven't given much thought to, but over here it's such a live debate because, of course, we're looking for a new leader of the Scottish National Party. And one of the arguments is that, look, Scotland tends to attack more left politically. They've obviously had a Conservative government in Westminster for over a decade. What's your instinct on it? What's your gut say?
What's your gut say?
Look, I'm not an expert on UK politics. I very much appreciate what the people of Scotland have done, what they're fighting for. And my, initial thought, not being an expert, they want to go their own way, they should be allowed.
So you think they should at least have the opportunity to
that would seem to me. Don't tell anybody.
Don't tell anybody. So I don't think some of you that you get this hype up. A man get hype up to TINUBU no one ibe. And Yoruba nation. I don't think some of you understand that Scotland then one billion opportunity than many of you in that contraction called Nigeria. As under the United Kingdom, but yet they are still asking for their right. Do you know that their minister, first minister, and it only lead one lower. I told you, it's 1985. Then it only lead Scotland lower. Only the self-determination one. So when some of you come here and you're like, it's because Ben Shiri money. Ben Shiri money, and we can't blame you. We can only blame, our Yoruba leaders that have turned some of you against us. Because in the nutshell, go and look at my program yesterday and listen to what Fayemi said. Maybe I should just give you, the wrap-up of what I said in my notes yesterday. Part of what Fayemi said, I wrote out 30. So when some of you come here on the program, we have told you, TINUBU is far better than Buhari. TINUBU is better than Buhari because Buhari this is right. But we are talking about the long term as against the short term. Is a short term goal. Though Ofe prepare Nigeria for the next government that will take over, which is thinking that it might be APC. Have you thought about that? APC ba lo split láàrin méjì because people like El Rufai is bitter about Buhari, about TINUBU. Toba lo split láàrin méjì. Ṣebí APC was not the APC. Ṣebí AD ló ń jẹ́ tẹ́lẹ̀. Kó tó di pé ó lọ gbé Buhari lórí CPC wá. So if he joined some other political party, what they decide, okay, màá jẹ́ kí wọ́n lọ ná Buhari sí bàbá. Tí wọ́n bá ṣe tán lọ́dún mẹ́jọ, èmi náà wá ṣe tèmi. Buhari wá fẹ́ gé lẹ́sẹ̀. Olórí burúkú tí Buhari tí kò lè débẹ̀ fún ọdún mẹ́ta tó try. Ó fi wá yọ TINUBU lẹ́sẹ̀ tí wọ́n pa ọmọ má play game báyìí náà. Báyìí kọ́ la ṣe sọ náà. Ìtasọ ni pé èmi á gbówó sílẹ̀, màá mobilize gbogbo àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá ní South West. Màá bẹ́ẹ̀ convince àwọn ọmọ Igbo kankan náà pé kó jọ̀wọ́lẹ̀. Ó wá ṣe gbogbo yẹn tán. Buhari wá fẹ́ lọ gbé Ahmed Lawan ní lórí. Kódà ó tún ní kí. Okay, somebody starts to speak English, they're lost now. You see why we are saying that we are not one. The moment I start speaking my English, somebody say, "Oh, this man again." They enjoy this program now. Why you can't change? And sometimes they are not Nigerians. We have Africans that are listening to us. So what I'm trying to say is that TINUBU paid for Buhari to get there. So there's no doubt if TINUBU wants to be the president. There's no doubt. He has the right. It is right as a citizen of Nigeria. But we also know that in 2012, if I'm right, no, not 2000, it can't be 2012. Prior to why TINUBU was here in London as a activist, a politician that was running away from Nigeria because Abacha wanted to eliminate him. Abacha would have killed him. TINUBU ran out of out of Nigeria. He lived there and he said it. The record is there that I don't believe in one Nigeria. So today, many of you that are becoming like you are working for TINUBU, and because we are not working for TINUBU, we are asking for our right to self-determination. No, take it easy, okay? Don't get high blood pressure and BP. Nigeria has cracked, and it has cracked so fast that it's going to break at some point. That point is what nobody knows. Nobody knew the exact point that the Titanic was going to sink. But Titanic left Portsmouth with the hope to arrive in New York. It never did. Eventually, it dropped into the ocean, and up to today, people were wondering, Titanic, the ship that was built to travel that length and come back, and it actually, boom. So, I don't talk to ghosts because, how can somebody be on social media? We don't see your eyes, and you come comment here. Some of you are ghosts. I am a real man, okay? A lot of you are ghosts. So, again, these are some of the response because these programs end at 10 o'clock. This one say, in President TINUBU, Nigeria have a progressive president, at least for 4 years. Hopefully, TINUBU will survive another 4 years. Like I said, it is right. But he's not going to be there as a king. Our king will be there as much as they are still alive, even if they are old, until they die. But TINUBU has a limited time. And the moment that time expires, can be the northerners that are coming back. Look, yeah, they're not going to give it to the Igbos. The power is not going to the southeast. It does not matter how Wike is trying his best to. No, power is going back to the north. And they would also take advantage. We don't know how they're going to run the government. We can only say that we can foresee that TINUBU is trying to run the government to be able to work for everybody. We saw what Buhari have done now after he has left. From next level to change and everything, and immediately after 8 years is there. So just in 5 minutes, we're going to end. This one also went on to say, please clarify this news spreading everywhere by the Agbado boys. I believe Agbado boys are the TINUBU people they call, because TINUBU loves calling himself Agbado. You know, he loves this Agbado so much. So this one is saying, please clarify the news spreading everywhere by the Agbado boys, because from this press release that I have read as well, there was nothing like lifting visa ban. It is more of business discussion between two great countries. Nigerians will be glad to know if you can start applying for visa to come over for holidays and visitation. So you can see that even the news that I'm trying to explain to you today is already being divided on the social media. I am not your government. My job is to try to narrate to my own understanding with my small brain, and I am not your problem. I also ran out of Nigeria to have a better life because my mom can see the future ahead. When she left the country, as at the time dollar to naira was 34 naira, my mom left. So some of you, it does not matter what you say to me. I don't care. Go and sort yourself out in Nigeria with your representative. Your representative has the right to take care of you. I am not to take care of you. I am here to talk to you. You can take it and put it in the bin, and you can take it away to anywhere. This is not the kind of platform where we talk about breast, penis, this and all that. No, we don't do that here. There are some other platforms. I see them on TikTok. This is a lecture room on self-determination. So just on the 3 minutes, this is what I recapture from what, you know, so you can see that some of us, our parents saw the future of that nonsense country, that some of you, your parents never saw the future because they believe in Nigeria. Some of your parents did not even get pension. They are not being paid. I'm sure you know that, but you cannot say that, because if you say that, people will laugh at you after you have even come and become nuisance on the social media. This is what Fayemi said that I recaptured in my program yesterday. He actually said, and I quote, "What does Nigeria mean to us?" You can ask yourself, what does Nigeria mean to you? Ask yourself. My mom knows what Nigeria was to our own family, and she prepared herself and her children out of Nigeria that I have lived there for 25 years. So you can imagine, if I've lived here for 25 years, that means my parents saw the future. The future that some of your parents never saw. My mom saw that future. For someone that have traveled out of the country before she got married, 23 countries my mom have traveled to. She saw the future. So, if you like, speak to me. Lecturers must accept everything that comes and that truth. Some of you do the same thing. Some of you do the same thing. From Unilag to Unifair, the lecturer is talking, and the moment you finish that university, you will become. So, Fayemi talked about consensus. He also went to say, we can't conclude that Nigeria is not meaningless to us. Ask yourself, is Nigeria meaningless to you? I don't know. He also went to say, making Nigeria or the unmaking Nigeria. Do you want to make Nigeria, or do you want us to unmake it? If you want to make it, how is it going to happen? With a set of criminals. Bagudu, I'm talking about the former governor of Kebbi State, was one of the people that was siphoning money on behalf of Abacha. I'm talking about millions of dollars. He actually negotiated with Nigeria that no money will be returned back after he has given some back. Today, Bagudo is the budget and planning minister. He was a senator 2 times in Nigeria. This was before election of 1999. Bagudo has been stealing so much money on behalf of Abacha. We now know that Abacha took 5 billion. So how much did Bagudo himself made for himself? Because the record is out there. Even Abacha, Jonathan and Buhari could not tell us how they spend, Abacha's money that was returned back to Nigeria. They play. Abi. Now the thing when they tell me that, are they play now? Are they for you? Can they play? So I don't get job. I don't get job. I hope you get a job under this government, and I hope some of you move out of that conducive of that house you are living where there's no air, the toilet, the face me, I face you, the fake life that you live that I saw when I was in Lagos State, where fine girls come out, but when you go to their house, you see that they are not living in a conducive environment. So I they play. Me I they play. And I hope you too, they play. We will see. Bola TINUBU, we wish him the best to keep Nigeria until he leaves. But remember that you cannot stop those that are asking for the right to self-determination. As I'm going to end it now, just quickly, Nigeria has a problem. Leadership management, founding fathers have gone. Nigeria is a product of the founding father. Lord Lugard did not introduce Yoruba people to Nupe. The mistake of 1914. Ẹlòmíì ò mọ̀ tán pé 1914. Ó ṣàkọ̀gbọ́ pé wọ́n pè wá Nigeria. Lord Lugard did not create this country. Development, if you don't know what the problem is. Every nation is a community. Perfect union. 63 years might be long for individual. But Fayemi says 63 years is not too long for the making of Nigeria. So we must wait, like Gowon said, for another 63 years. And he went on to say that the elite are the responsible for the problem of Nigeria. I'm sure some of you agree with him on that. Nigeria is not working the way we want it to work, and it will never work the way you want it to work. Some of you will survive, and some of us will not survive. But one thing I say is, everybody's role in Nigeria will be different. My role, as at the time I love Nigeria, is dead, gone already. Nigeria is gone. It will never, never survive. You can take that to your church, to your mosque, to your traditional institution. You can even take it to Levantist. You can take it to Akbobon. You can take it to Onitsha Market. You can take it to Gambari in North. You can take it to anywhere. You can take it to your First Bank. You can take it to GT. You can take it to anywhere. I will be here. I am not in a hurry. Nigeria is dead, and it can never be revived by anyone, apart from split the country and let's restart it. Nigeria, I pray, will not happen to you and me. I get family there. Making us say amen. No, it will not happen to you and me. Have a very good morning. If you have the time, join me at 11 o'clock on the Star Radio UK. I appreciate every single one of you. I've seen all the comments, the negative one, the good one. But one thing is, I have been able to sustain it, and I hope you will be able to sustain it as well. All the best. Nigeria, jaga jaga, everything, gaga gaga. Bye for now.